Today, you're going to discover exactly how to lay the groundwork for a healthy flock before your birds even set foot in your yard. You'll walk away knowing how to pick the perfect coop spot, choose the ideal breeds, and create a foolproof shopping list. But there's one often overlooked secret that changes everything. We'll crack that surprise at the end, so stick around. Before we dive beak first into the details, let me just say, if you've ever pictured yourself collecting fresh eggs at dawn, still in pajamas and fuzzy slippers, this is the place for you. But don't be fooled by the fluffy cuteness. Chickens require some forethought. That's where we come in. Think of this video like your personal chicken crystal ball. By the time we're done here, you'll know if you're truly ready for the hen life or if you should try raising cacti instead. And hey, if you stick around till the end, there's that one tip I promised that nearly everyone overlooks. Believe me, it's a real aha moment. And yes, we're keeping that secret warm and toasty for now. No spoilers. So buckle up, get comfortable, and maybe grab a snack because we're about to hatch a plan that will save you from chicken chaos. Trust me, your future flock will thank you. Rushing into chicken keeping can turn your backyard into a feathery fiasco faster than a rooster can crow. Proper prep saves you headaches down the line, trust me. You do not want to discover you're missing a crucial feeder mid-blizzard. So let's sort out the big questions right now. Planning is like laying a solid foundation for a house. You wouldn't want to start nailing shingles on the roof before the walls are up. Having a solid blueprint ensures you're not flapping around in a panic when your chicks arrive. Imagine waking up to a box of tiny fluff balls with no brooder set up. They'd look at you like, seriously, you had one job. Even if you're the spontaneous type, trust me, your chickens will appreciate some structure. Without a clear checklist, you might scramble last minute for a waterer that doesn't leak or a feeder that doesn't topple the second a curious hen pecks at it. By planning ahead, you'll have room to adapt to surprises, like that one chicken who insists on exploring your kitchen daily if there's a gap in the fence. Preparedness gives you freedom to enjoy the fun parts of flock life, rather than constantly playing catch-up. And here's the real kicker about planning. It doesn't just prevent disasters, it also opens the door to creativity. With all your chicks in a row, you can experiment with coop design, adorable hen accessories, and maybe even name themes. A well-prepared chicken keeper is a confident one, and confidence makes the entire process a joy rather than a chore. Before you dive into this new feathery hobby, ask yourself, do you have the time to collect eggs, provide fresh water daily, and occasionally chat with a clucky companion? Because if you think daily responsibilities are for the birds, you might need a different pet, like a cactus. And speaking of rules, some places have strict regulations or even cranky neighbours who might not appreciate early morning cock-a-doodle-doo anthems. Double-check local laws and make sure your neighbours won't riot in protest. You'll thank me later. Taking on a small flock is a bit like adopting a troop of toddlers. Adorable, curious, and always finding new ways to surprise you and test your patience. It's not just about tossing a handful of feed and walking away. Your hens rely on you to keep them safe, healthy, and well entertained. If you enjoy a little routine and can handle a chicken version of the toddler who wakes up at dawn, you'll be just fine. Time commitment is crucial. Aside from daily chores like feeding and watering, you might find yourself giving mini spa treatments, dust baths, nail checks, or even the occasional blow dry if you have a fancy hen with a feather due. The good news is chickens can be quite independent compared to other pets, but they still need your consistent presence. You'll also be the referee if neighbourhood wildlife tries to crash their party. If that fox has an invitation, it's definitely not for a friendly visit. Budget-wise, you might start with big plans for a high-tech coop with auto doors and solar-powered lights. Then your friend or partner might ask, are we also installing a chicken jacuzzi? Humour aside, setting a realistic budget ensures you can afford the essentials and maybe a fun extra gadget without going broke. If that still sounds appealing, you're on the right track to becoming a proud poultry parent. Hey, if you're already daydreaming about naming your future hens Lady Pecker and Queen Cluck, tap that like button and roost on the subscribe nest right now. It's scientifically proven to increase egg production. Probably. Seriously though, if you're enjoying this content and secretly planning a 3 a.m. coop building spree, a quick click of the like button is like giving me a digital high five. Your future flock might not care about analytics, but I do. Liking and subscribing also ensures you won't miss the next videos where we dive deeper into chick care, brooder setup, and how not to lose your marbles when a rogue hen decides your living room is her new domain. Think of it as your personal passport to poultry paradise. Without it, you're only getting half the adventure. Besides, every time you subscribe, a newly hatched chick somewhere in the world celebrates with an extra loud peep, or so I've heard. So go ahead, join the flock. It's the next best thing to inviting a real chicken onto your couch, but with fewer feathers to vacuum up. All right, money talk. One-time investments like Coop building materials or a brooder box can give your wallet a little workout. Then there are the recurring bills, feed, bedding and the occasional vet visit. Plus, you'll need a few gadgets, feeders, water dispensers, cleaning supplies, unless you plan to spoon-feed them on a silver platter. Make a list, do some math, and get ready for a new hobby that's cheaper than running your own alpaca farm, I think. A solid supply checklist will save you from those frantic Sunday drives to the store when you realize you're out of bedding or worse, feed. Imagine the drama of a morning with hangry hens giving you the stink eye because breakfast is late. That's not how you want to start your day. By itemizing everything from coop nails to vitamins, you'll minimize surprises and keep your flock happy. The costs aren't all doom and gloom, though. Many aspects of chicken keeping can be done on a shoestring if you're resourceful. Pallet wood can sometimes be repurposed for coops, and local farm friends might have spare supplies at bargain prices. Pro tip: connect with fellow chicken enthusiasts in your area. They're often eager to share advice or even pass along extra gear, like that second-hand brooder lamp that's still perfectly good. Don't forget the unexpected emergency fund. Chickens can surprise you with sudden vet needs, medical supplies, or even a quick coop upgrade if you discover a persistent predator problem. Having a small cushion in your budget means you won't have to scramble if a situation arises. You'll be the calm, collected chicken keeper who's got it all under control, or at least appears that way to your flock. Next up, picking your flock's future identity. Do you want prolific egg layers, meat producers, or a little of both? Some are cold hardy and can handle winter chills, while others prefer beaches and sunbathing. Also, certain varieties are calmer than a yoga instructor, while others are feisty enough to join a punk band. Match your environment and your vibe, because let's face it, diva chickens can be trouble. Breeds aren't just about eggs and feathers, they each have unique temperaments. Some hens are downright cuddly, hopping right onto your lap like a purring cat, sans the meowing. Others are more like secret ninjas, disappearing into a bush the moment you open the coop door. Research can save you from adopting a sassy breed if you were hoping for a more laid-back flock. Environmental factors are huge. Living in a cold climate? Seek out robust birds known for handling frosty nights. In a tropical locale? Look for heat-tolerant breeds that won't faint during summer's scorching days. It's all about choosing chickens that can thrive where you live. After all, you don't want to knit tiny sweaters if your hens weren't bred for winter. Don't forget aesthetics. Sure, function is important, but there's nothing wrong with wanting a pop of colour in your coop. Certain heritage breeds come in striking patterns, while others lay pastel-coloured eggs that transform your breakfast table into an Easter display. Combining personality, practicality and a dash of flair is the key to a flock that'll steal your heart and impress your neighbours. Now, the humble abode. Great airflow is everything. Your nose will be super grateful when you're cleaning out straw and droppings. Predator-proofing? Huge. Raccoons, foxes and even that one sneaky neighbourhood cat might see your flock as a free buffet. Also, choose a spot that isn't going to flood whenever it rains. Chickens hate squelching around in soggy ground. Keep it sunny, keep it dry, keep it easy to access. Trust me, you don't want to trudge 50 yards in the dark every morning, half asleep, still in your bunny slippers. A well-built coop is like a fortress for your hens. Reinforce every inch, use hardware cloth instead of chicken wire. Fun fact, raccoons can sometimes pry open that flimsy stuff. Also, consider how you'll clean it. If you have to crawl on your hands and knees with a tiny brush, you'll end up cursing the day you decided to raise birds. Make sure it's designed with doors, windows, or removable panels for straightforward maintenance. Location matters just as much as the design. Aim for a spot with a little morning sun to give them a natural alarm clock, but also some afternoon shade. No one wants to roast in the midday heat. And watch out for low-lying areas that collect water like a kiddie pool. Moist conditions invite mites, bacteria, and other uninvited, creepy crawlies. Keep those feathered divas comfy and dry. Accessibility is a big deal. You'll be lugging feed bags, cleaning tools, and possibly a new bag of bedding at least weekly. If your coop's at the far end of a muddy yard, you might end up sinking to your ankles in muck while toting a 50-pound sack of feed. Position it in a place that's convenient for you, your back will thank you, and your chickens will get their meals on time. Win-win. Finally, timing is key. Most people kick off their chick adventure in spring, but you can find hatcheries and feed stores year-round in some places. Double-check local farms or reputable hatcheries. Nothing beats healthy chicks peeping in a warm box. But we'll talk more about setting up your brand new fluff balls in our next video. Let's just say the brooder is about to become your next interior design project. Before you bring home those fluffy companions, decide if you want to raise day-old chicks or adopt older pullets. Chicks are adorable and let you see their entire growth journey, but they need more time and attention under a heat lamp. Pullets, on the other hand, are closer to laying age, so you'll get fresh eggs sooner. There's no wrong choice, just one that fits your lifestyle best. Another factor is shipping versus local pickup. Ordering from a hatchery means a wide selection, but you'll need to be home when they arrive. Nothing's worse than realizing your mail carrier left a chirping box in the sun for hours. Local feed stores or farm markets often have chicks available in spring. Just be prepared to resist the urge to snatch up every adorable fuzzball you see. When it comes to brooder setup, think of it like a mini nursery. You'll need a heat source, bedding that's easy to clean, and enough space for your chicks to move around and avoid crowding. Don't forget, curious chicks will peck at nearly anything, yes, including your shoelaces, so keep the environment safe, secure and cozy. We'll dive deeper into this in the next video, but for now, start scouting spots for your chick spa. Oh, quick question for you. If you had to name your very first chick after either your weirdest cousin or your favorite alien movie character, which would it be? Let me know in the comments. I'm weirdly obsessed with creative chicken names. I might even borrow yours. Confession time, I once named a hen Solo. True story. She was pretty fearless and tried to fly solo out of the coop whenever possible. So yes, I'm all about quirky chicken names. Get creative. I'm listening. Leaving a comment also helps me gauge what you're most curious about. Are you the type who wants to see me build a coop from scratch? Or are you more into the day-to-day comedic chaos of living with these cluckers? Let me know, because your input shapes future videos and might even introduce me to some new name ideas. And don't be shy, sometimes the silliest ideas spark the best discussions. Remember, chicken keepers tend to have a slightly wacky sense of humour. If you can't be absurd while naming your future farm pals, when can you be? Remember that mysterious detail I hinted at before? Most people forget to plan for enough time each week to simply watch, bond and observe their birds. Regular interaction actually helps you spot health issues early and makes for friendlier hens. That's the game changer right there. I've seen countless well-meaning folks set up the perfect coop, grab the best feed and research every breed trait, only to realize they never carved out actual chicken time. It's like buying a grand piano and never sitting down to play a single note. This quiet observation period might seem optional, but trust me, it's where the magic happens. You'll notice which hen struts around like she's the queen, or which one is more timid and might need extra TLC. Spending that extra 10 to 15 minutes daily can mean the difference between a so-so chicken keeper and a truly engaged flock parent. And hey, in those mindful moments, you might also discover that your birds are teaching you a thing or two about living in the present. But that's a story for another day.